And we're live on match day as Doug reaches for a buffalo wing. He's got it! Oh, and he's gone for a can of Pepsi too! What a finish! There's no doubt about it. It just tastes better. Match days deserve Pepsi.
This is going to be an extremely busy month. I have to watch 104 soccer games, follow the pregame, the postgame, yell useless opinions at the TV. It's a lot. So I knew that when it comes to screening for colon cancer, the choice was clear. The Cologuard Plus test. It can be used at home and can only take 15 minutes, so I can do it during halftime and not miss any action. If you are 45 or older and at average risk, ask your healthcare provider about screening for colon cancer with the Cologuard test. You can also request a prescription at Cologuard.com.
Hey, it's Maria, and welcome to the Maria Liberati Show, your weekly escape into the flavors, stories, and simple joys of the Italian lifestyle. This is where we slow down, gather around the table, and remember what really matters. So wherever you are, in the kitchen, on a walk, or easing into your day, I'm grateful you're here. Let's begin.
Running a small business means I wear lots of hats. When I put on my hiring hat, I can count on LinkedIn Hiring Pro to make it easy. LinkedIn Hiring Pro helps manage my hiring workflow, puts my job post in front of a unique network of professionals, and matches me with the best candidates for my business. I can also share my job with my network. No other job site lets me do that. No wonder most small businesses say they'd use LinkedIn Hiring Pro again. Hire right the first time. Post your job for free on LinkedIn today at linkedin.com/quality.
This summer, soccer is here, and so are the watch parties. And Uber Eats has your game day essentials covered with 30% off orders from Aldi, Kroger, and Dollar General. Everything you need to keep your crowd happy, delivered straight to your door. Chips, dips, fresh ingredients, and more. Order in so you can lock in for the games. 30% off your grocery order, only on Uber Eats for a limited time.
And my special guest today is Tom Murphy, who is a wildlife and landscape photographer. And he's part of an exhibit at the Buffalo Museum, right, Tom? Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Your
the Buffalo
photographs.
Bill,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
Buffalo Bill Museum. It's called the Center for the West, but
The
it's
Center for the West. That's it. Yes, yes. So I know you have a postage stamp coming out, right? Or did it come out already?
This one came out about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful. Well, I'll have to run out and get that. So it's pretty much a national thing then. You can get that nationally?
Every
If
post
they
office
ask.
in the United States is supposed to have them. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they told me they were planning to print 15 million copies.
Wow. Well, we'll have to ask for that.
Yeah.
So,
So my warning is, a lot of people think they're buffalo, so you ask for a buffalo stamp. If you ask
yes.
for a Bison stamp, they may not don't know what you're talking about.
So ask for a buffalo stamp.
Right, even though they're bison.
You know what? That's a good question. So I know you've studied wildlife. So what's the difference between the buffalo and the bison? Because a lot of people do get them confused. What is the difference?
There are no buffalo on this continent.
There you go.
They're all bison.
They're all bison.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There are two species of buffalo in the world.
Right.
One, the Cape buffalo in Africa, and
Uh-huh.
then water buffalo in Asia. But they're
Oh,
they're they're related like sheep are. I mean, they're
uh-huh.
similar. Yeah, but they're bison, and the original bison evolved in Asia and
Uh-huh.
Europe
Uh-huh.
about a quarter of a million years ago. Walked across the Bering Land Bridge, some of them,
Uh-huh.
about 180,000 years ago. So they
Wow.
so they left buffalo behind and became bison.
Oh, wow. That's really interesting. So, and that's why people get confused. So on this continent, we just have bison,
Correct. Correct.
no buffaloes here. Okay.
Yeah. So it
Wow.
should be the Bison Bill Center in Cody, not the Buffalo Bill
Yeah,
Center.
not the Buffalo Bill Center.
It's too late to change that.
Yes, definitely, definitely. But I guess there was a person in history named Buffalo Bill, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean,
So,
it's a popular name for the animal, but even though it's incorrect.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, definitely incorrect. Yes, yes. So I know you've been doing wildlife photography. How long have you been doing that? And what made you, I guess, what was your inspiration to get into wildlife photography?
Be around animals when I was a kid. I grew up on a cattle ranch in South Dakota, riding
Uh-huh.
horses, chasing cows. So
Uh-huh.
I don't like either one of them because they meant work. But
Oh,
but I like being outside, and I also liked animals. And so I sort of by accident became a wildlife photographer just because I was interested in them. And
uh-huh.
one day I went down and bought a camera and to try to record what I saw, and kind of had a runaway. People like my stuff,
Uh-huh.
and so I've been doing it for a living for about 41 years now.
Oh, wow. So what photographs are we going to see if we go to the center? It's called the Center for the West Buffalo Bill
Mhm.
Museum. Okay. What
Right.
photographs or what did you, is it photographs of bison?
Yep, yeah, they just wanted bison stuff. This one up above me here, that blue bison is one of them. That's
Uh-huh.
probably the most well-known photograph right now. But
Okay.
they're going to have about 20 my bison photographs.
Uh-huh.
And they're quite a few of them they're going to use them as backdrops for
Right.
displays.
Uh-huh.
So the files I just sent took me 4 hours to transmit them with an
Oh,
FTP file.
oh,
And they're going to
wow.
be, each of them are going to be 10 feet high,
Uh-huh.
12 feet across. So
Wow.
bigger than life size bison.
Yeah. So, anything interesting? So apparently you've probably studied the bison. You've been photographing them for 41 years. Where is there a specific area in the USA that uh they are, more prevalent in?
Well, it's a good question. There's about a 500,000 bison on this continent now.
No.
Most of them are privately owned. They're treated like
Oh,
cattle. But
uh-huh.
the special ones are in Yellowstone Park. There's about 5,500 head in Yellowstone Park. And they're
Uh-huh.
unusual because they are wild bison. They have been uh, living in wilderness areas, Yellowstone Park,
Uh-huh.
for the last 180,000 years. And and they are genetically pure. They have never been crossbred with cattle. A lot of them were crossbred with cattle in the past. And
Uh-huh.
so they're special bison.
Wow.
They've survived in all kinds of weather against all kinds
Right.
of predators,
Uh-huh.
wolves, bears, including things like the short-faced bear. 100, 10, 15,000 years ago, there was a bear about the size of a bison. I mean, so they
Oh, wow.
all kinds of things. And
Yes.
so they're a special group. So there's some others. Yellowstone Park's goal is to move these surplus bison as
Uh-huh.
they prosper and put them on other national parks. They're giving them to Indian tribes for their
Uh-huh.
reservations so they can start their own herd of genetically pure bison. So they're
Yes. Yes. Oh, that's great. Great idea. So what I was start to say is is there any like interesting characteristics or some interesting things about bison that you could tell us that people would know? You've studied them for 41 years, so we
Mhm.
don't all know a lot about them. Yes.
Well, I love them for a lot of reasons, but they're the last Pleistocene megafauna left, which
Uh-huh.
means ice age large animal. There used to be mammoths,
Uh-huh.
mastodons. There was a ground sloth the size of a Volkswagen on this
Uh-huh.
continent
Oh my
at the time.
gosh.
So bison's the only one left. The rest of them are all extinct.
Uh-huh.
And so one of the things that's really cool about them that people don't realize is they can outrun most horses
Wow.
extremely fast. When they run, they bounce and they
Oh.
go pretty fast. And a friend of mine was watching two bulls fighting during the mating season in August. One
Uh-huh.
of one of them broke and ran and jumped over a car.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
So they're very agile
Yeah.
and fast. And they have this wonderful shape that also intrigues me. Again, I grew up around cattle,
Uh-huh.
and there's some similarities to cattle, but there's a lot of things that aren't like them. And one of the morphological or shapes that's different is this huge hump. And and this the background is or backbone is basically straight,
Uh-huh.
except they've got these what they call processes or bone spines
Right.
sticking above their spine, and
Uh-huh.
that's muscular attachments. So what that is a bunch of muscle to
Uh-huh.
drive that head to move snow.
Oh.
That's why they're such unusual shape. Uh,
Oh, wow. Is that what that is for? To move snow? That's why their head is shaped like that.
right. And they've got a
Interesting.
beard, helps to brush the snow away from the grass too. So it's interesting. The early prehistoric bison, Bison priscus, it's called, from
Uh-huh.
Asia, did not have that big a hump.
Uh-huh.
Uh, and then there was another one called Bison latifrans that was here about 50,000 years ago. It evolved from Priscus, and it
Uh-huh.
was 8 feet tall and had a
Oh my
home
God.
spread of 7 feet. So if you're 6 feet tall, stick your arms out, and it was wider than your fingertips. Huge animal.
Uh-huh.
And they didn't have as big a hump either. So what happened was, in the evolutionary process, the land and the climate shaped modern bison. So
Uh-huh.
the hump evolved because they needed to drive that head in the Northwest Plains to push snow around.
Wow. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting. So these are the last animals the last wildlife that were part of the Ice Age that still exist
Yep,
then.
yep, exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So,
Very,
and they're really smart. They move across the landscape all the time. Again, I grew
uh-huh,
up around cattle. Cattle
uh-huh,
are lazy. You know, they hang around in the shade and where the grass is green, and they
right.
don't unless they have to. Whereas bison, they'll go in the shade for a little while. They don't
Uh-huh,
seek out the shade
uh-huh.
and graze in certain areas, and then they move. So they're always on the move.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas cattle, like I said, are lazy. So that also shaped their behavior, shaped the prairie. The
Wow.
grassland communities were shaped by their grazing regimen. So it's kind of cool that they were shaped by the weather and by the land, and
Uh-huh.
they shaped the land too.
So they had a part in shaping our land too. Wow.
Yep,
Wow,
yep.
really interesting. Very, very interesting. So the book that you have, is that
Mhm.
I saw you had a book. Was that just released or has that been wow, yeah.
It's officially released July 4th. Uh,
Okay. And so it's photos that you've taken of the bison.
yeah,
Okay. It's a picture book. Uh-huh.
yeah. It's
Oh, yeah.
mostly it's image driven. Chris
Uh-huh.
Jeremiah is a bison research guy in Yellowstone Park. He wrote most of the text. So
Oh,
you're
okay.
you're going to learn a lot more about bison than you may want it to know. But
Yes.
it's mostly photographs. It's image driven, like I said,
And it's
and
in Yellowstone Park then.
it's all
Oh,
Yellowstone Park.
wow. Uh-huh.
So
It's all in Yellowstone Park.
so that's
Really?
that little bison calf was about an hour and a half old, brand new.
Oh, wow. Oh,
And
wow.
so the Buffalo Bill Center is going to carry this book too, and as part of their show, companion to their show.
Right. So they'll have the book there too.
Yeah,
So the Buffalo Bill Museum Center for the West, that's located is it Oklahoma?
Cody, Wyoming.
Cody, Wyoming. That's right. I don't know why I was
Right.
thinking of Oklahoma, but yes,
Yeah.
Cody, Wyoming. That's right. And that makes a great trip for the summer. It's summertime is here. A
Mhm.
great way to take the kids
Oh yeah.
and have an educational but kind of fun trip and
Mhm.
then visit Yellowstone Park. You can visit it by looking at all your photos also.
Mhm.
Great way to see that.
Yeah.
And Tom, do you have a website before we go? Is there a website where
Mhm.
people can
I
find
do.
pictures,
Yeah,
photos?
thank you.
Uh,
It's tmurphywild.com.
tmurphywild.com and people can go there and find photos. And
Mhm.
don't forget to go to your post office and ask for the Bison stamp, but it's really a buffalo. Is that what you said? Or no, did I get that
It's the other way
wrong?
around. Yeah. So if you
Yes.
ask for a buffalo stamp, they'll know what you're
Ask
talking
for
about,
a buffalo stamp. That's right. But it's
even though
really a
it's
bison.
even
Yes,
the
because it's probably going to be a collector stamp. So, yep, I'm sure it will be. I'm sure it has a limited run, right? You said they made 15 million.
15 million. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a limited run. So be sure to go and ask for the buffalo stamp.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Yes, Tom, thank you so much for being here and much success with the exhibit
Mhm.
and your book. And hopefully we'll have you back again in your next adventure or next
Right.
collection of photographs. So they're
Yeah.
so really beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for your invitation.
And my special guest today is Jung Herman. She is an artist And we've invited her on because, well, everybody is celebrating the 250th anniversary of our country, and she has a special connection to that. Jing, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Great. So we can, well, for those of you that are watching the video, you can see the artwork in the back, which is one of Jing's creations. Jing, can you tell us how you were selected? So your the flags, the artwork that you did on the American flag were selected for the website that we have for the 250th. Is that correct?
I started making my American flags a year ago, exactly a year ago, on my
Uh-huh.
birthday, July 3rd. So this is a limited edition print behind me of
Uh-huh.
the Starfish Spangled Banner, where I used
Uh-huh.
starfish for the stars and
Oh,
sand dollars and scallop shells. It was
right.
10 years of being a Floridian, and I felt like, it was just a birthday and July 4th celebration. And because
Right.
my birthday is July 3rd, I think I've
Oh,
always
wow.
celebrated it, right, with
Yes.
July
Yes.
4th themes and July 4th colors. So I started making my flags last summer, and I didn't even know there was a America 250 website until like a few months ago, probably at the
Uh-huh.
beginning of this year.
Uh-huh.
And honestly, I just reached out to them on LinkedIn. It's a small bipartisan commission based in DC. I basically approached the 30 people on LinkedIn, like each one, and then three of them got back to me. It was an intern and someone from HR, and then
Uh-huh.
someone in government affairs. And I
Uh-huh.
just shared my flags. I said, "Hey, I'm making these series of flags. My mission is to make 50 of them. I had only
Uh-huh.
made four at the time. I'm
Uh-huh.
working on my 10th right now." And they loved it. It's not political, it's just reflecting the beauty of the land, like the
Uh-huh.
shells, like coins, cotton,
Right.
mixing materials I'm finding from all over the country. And
Uh,
they invited me to
oh,
the
that's
International
great. So
American
that's how
Fifty
you,
Honors.
that was going to be my next question. How did you get selected? So you reached out to them and they got a chance to see your artwork.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing art? Was that your primary goal or your primary focus in your career, or is it something new?
No, I was very prolific when I was a child, and I mean, like hundreds and hundreds of paintings. I would do 10 a day was truly my love.
Hmm.
I grew up in Beijing. Being an immigrant, being the daughter of a mathematician, going to art
Hmm.
school was like not even something I could even ask my parents, you know?
Uh-huh.
I went to business school. I went to NYU. I felt like New York is where the most ambitious people go. I wanted a challenge.
Uh-huh.
I studied marketing, but I actually felt like it was a little fluffy and not as enough of a challenge. I ended up
Uh-huh.
going to investment banking. So, a decade or so on Wall Street, several years in tech. I moved to Florida. I was a stay-at-home mom for a while. And it was really last year that I started. The last few years, worked in different art forms. And then last
Uh-huh.
year, when I started making the American flags, and that's when I started working with very thick textures.
Uh-huh.
And when I, got invited to your show, I actually realized as I'm making these flags, the similarities between cooking and
Right.
making art. And I post about it on Instagram sometimes. Like making
Uh,
the thick texture is like making a cookie batter or pancake batter or,
right.
cake batter, like controlling the right thickness, and then
Uh-huh.
embedding the mixed media materials into the canvas, into the thick texture as kind of like, toppings or, things that like flavors and vegetables that you might throw into a dish. There are a lot
Right.
of similarities.
A lot of similarities, exactly. And we were discussing this before we went on air, and I had mentioned that in my research of Leonardo da Vinci, because I have a book called The Basic Art of Italian Cooking Da Vinci Style, which is all about like Leonardo da Vinci, the 10 places that he lived in, and each chapter is a place that he lived in. But his quote, or one of his quotes, deals with him saying that your flavors for any recipe have to be balanced, just like you have to balance the colors on a canvas. Everything has to be balanced. So you're absolutely right. There's a lot of similarity to cooking,
Yeah.
because I'm sure there's some kind of a recipe for putting together the different works of art that you do put together.
Yeah, speaking of recipe, I made a very short, like 18-second reel on Instagram and Facebook about how I made some of the earlier textures with
Right.
acrylic and adding clear glue and baking soda. And it
Uh-huh.
actually went viral and it's now
Wow.
gotten 2.7 million views. And people are
Wow.
asking for the recipe. And
Right.
I think I love that quote from Da Vinci. He's always been my like favorite artist slash
Hmm.
scientist. But really, I think it's the tactile and flow state experience that's similar. Like
Uh-huh.
when you're the preparation for cooking and the preparation for the painting before you even put the ingredients in the pan or put a single, drop of paint on the canvas,
Uh-huh.
that it requires like hand-eye coordination, right?
Uh-huh.
And that kind of preparation state, that gets you into the flow state. And the cooking and the painting, that's kind of like the outcome, the outflow of the flow state, where you're just, you're seeing it come together as you're mixing in the pan or as you're like painting, mixing the colors on the canvas. And then you
Exactly.
feel that like dopamine of seeing like the fruit of your labor come out. And when food, of course, you get to eat it. When with the canvas, some of the textures I've made, people comment like, "Oh, that looks like vanilla ice cream," or
Oh,
that
wow.
looks like the
Uh-huh.
cake texture, and
Uh-huh.
it just it gives you that like even if you can't eat the paint, it gives you that joy, that like
Right.
meaningful reward that you got
Uh-huh.
to prepare it, apply it, and now you get to like enjoy it, like you can
Enjoy it.
almost taste it.
Right. Enjoy the visual.
Yeah.
It's a visual enjoying. So that's wonderful. So I know you have four works of art on the America 250 website. Is that right? And what
Yes.
people can actually purchase?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
they can. Okay.
Yeah, so
So
I have
people.
three limited edition prints.
Uh-huh.
American Mountains, which shows all of the mountains of the U.S. overlapped onto the American flag.
Uh-huh.
American Rivers, all the rivers, waterways, Great Lakes on the flag.
Uh-huh.
I spent a lot of time studying the rivers and the mountains. I call them the sister paintings.
Uh-huh.
I did really well in school, but I could only name like three mountains and three rivers. I
Uh-huh.
didn't realize there were so many peaks, hundreds of
Hmm.
peaks, and so many rivers. It really
Right.
covers the whole country. And to me,
Yes.
that illustrates the actual common ground that we stand on, like not an
Hmm.
abstract common ground, but a physical
Uh-huh.
common ground, the
Uh-huh.
shared memories that people have hiking or at the beach or on the
Right.
lake or on the rivers.
Hmm.
And the most frequent feedback I've gotten from people is that seeing my work gives them a sense of optimism and hope for America.
Uh-huh.
El 2026 FIFA World Cup Meal llegó a McDonald's con 9 vasos legendarios. En el lineup tenemos Christian Cipiten Pulisic, David Beckham, Lamine The Dream Yamal, Ronaldinho El Mago, Monsieur Titi Henry, Son Sally Heung-min, Alfonso Fonsi Davis, Santi Bebote Jiménez y en la portería el que no necesita apodo, Grimes.
Llévate uno de 9 vasos legendarios con el FIFA World Cup Meal. En McDonald's participantes solo por tiempo limitado, hasta agotar existencias.
This episode is brought to you by Perfect Bistro Cat Food. Hey guys, today I'm interviewing my cat about his perfect bistro food. Percy, you seem to be a big Perfect Bistro fan. Care to comment? Totally. What do you like about it? You love the high quality ingredients? And the delicious flavors, of course. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. Listen to Percy, guys. Visit perfectbistro.com to try it for your cat.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes. So what's next? I guess you have to get through this because you probably have to. So do you do their limited edition prints, so you do them yourself, right? If somebody orders them.
Yes, it's made on as ordered. It's edition of 250. So the mountains, the rivers, and then two that are more, coastal themed. One is the
Yes.
starfish one, the one behind me, like literally this one with the America
Yes.
250 logo. They all have the America 250 logo. And
Uh-huh.
then the fourth one is it has the state of Florida on there and it
Uh-huh.
has shark teeth in the red stripes.
Uh-huh.
And the shark teeth symbolizes the blood in the water, of telling the story of the Cubans that swam and rafted and made
Uh-huh.
foam boats from Cuba
Right.
to Florida and what they sacrificed and how
Yes.
much freedom is worth, when
Right.
it's just something that's easy to take for granted. So
Yes.
that's very much Florida centric. And I think I'll be adding more. Right now we have three limited edition prints. I'll probably be
Uh-huh.
adding a few more in the next few months. And then there's also a customizable original of American Rivers. Like if that as a lot of people are celebrating their own anniversary. So I can
Right.
embed the family name or a milestone or
Ah,
something that you're celebrating or a
uh-huh.
poem that you love or
Uh-huh.
a message, something
Uh-huh.
into the actual texture of the
The
flag.
actual. Oh, that's wonderful. That is really exciting.
Thank
So, that's great. So, and I guess the America 250 site will be up for a little while, even after the 4th of July.
It's
Probably.
actually a whole year. The whole year
Oh,
is
it is the whole
50th
year.
year. Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
I believe from between this year and until
Next.
the end of 27, I think that
Uh-huh.
I will be
Oh,
up.
that's
Yeah.
great.
So in the
That's great.
next 12, 18 months, I'll be making more of my flags. I'm working on the 10th one, which is going
Right.
to be a purple flag with the red and the blue mixing into purple.
Uh-huh.
And I have a series of 50 planned. I have more than 60 ideas, and now more and more people are telling me, asking, giving me ideas of what they want to see in the flag. And that's really the most important part to me. I think that I want people to be able to see themselves.
Right.
I have people in Florida, I get really, really excited about the one with the shark teeth because everyone has a Cuban friend. Everyone
Uh-huh.
has a friend of a friend who actually came from Cuba and
Uh-huh.
made that perilous journey.
Uh-huh.
So while I'm not making exactly 50, one for
Mm-hmm.
each state yet,
Right.
it's going to reflect, different materials from all over the country. And
Mm-hmm.
if I don't stop after 50, if I keep going, then I will make one for every state too.
For every state. Oh, that's
Maybe there'll be
exciting.
100, in the
Yeah, that's really, really interesting. Um, is there a site that people can find you at or your artwork at?
Yeah, so my website is www.jingherman.com, Jing, Jing like Jingle Bells, Herman,
Uh-huh.
Herman.com. And
Okay.
then if you go to america250.org, that's the
Hmm.
official America 250 website, and then you can click
Right.
on the store, or you
Uh-huh.
can just go to store.america250.org and search for Jing, and then all of my artwork will show up.
Great. Oh, that's great. Well, much congratulations for you and for your artwork. And we'll definitely look forward to seeing more because it sounds like you're making more.
Yes, more to come. And also on Instagram, Jing Herman Art. That's where you can see behind the scenes reels and all the upcoming flags.
Great. And we'll try to put some of that on the blog at the marialiberatishow.com when this episode airs so people can find that. Great. Thank
Beautiful.
you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
Much success.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks for listening to the Maria Liberati Show. And thanks, as always, to my producer, Britton Roselle, for this week's episode. And thanks to my special guests, and wishing everyone a happy and healthy and cool 4th of July. And I am still reviewing products for the best of products for my summer guide for 2026. And this week I had the chance to review with my fur babies a beautiful bed for my fur babies, for my dog, and comfortable and really beautiful from a company called Sit Stay Forever. So you might want to check them out. It is an artisan company that is Sit Stay Forever. And I never realized how much better water could taste until I tried the Blue Vua countertop reverse osmosis system. It's clean, crisp, and pure, perfect for cooking, coffee, and everyday hydration. Blue Vua has truly elevated my kitchen and my wellness. And think how great it is for the environment. You don't have to buy those plastic bottles. That's Blue Vua. It's spelled blue and it's VUA. And those products will be on the Best of Products Summer Guide 2026 at the marialiberatishow.com. So you can check them out. I will have a review and the URL where you can find those products on the blog. And there will be more products to come. Next week, I just started reviewing some products. So I will be reviewing more products for next week. So
check back and check the blog at the marialiberatishow.com for more best of products for the summer guide. And as always, you can find me at marialiberati.com, on Instagram at Maria Liberati, on Facebook at Chef Maria Liberati, on Twitter or X at Maria Liberati, on Pinterest at Maria Liberati, on Vimeo at Maria Liberati, and our YouTube channel, which is The Maria Liberati Show. And you can also find my Gourmand World Award-winning books, The Basic Art of Italian Cooking. It's a book series. There are many books in the series. You can find them on Amazon.com, on Kindle. You can also find audiobook versions on Amazon and Kindle. And you can find the books also at marialiberati.com, on artoflivingprimamedia.com, on barnesandnoble.com, and really anywhere that books are sold. And until next time, peace, love, and pasta.
Thank you for spending this time with me today. I love these moments we get to share, slowing down, savoring a story, and finding beauty in the simple things that make life feel full. If today's conversation inspired you, comforted you, or gave you something to think about, pass it along to someone who might need that same feeling. And until next time, keep savoring the small moments, keep nourishing your life with good food and good stories, and keep embracing the art of living well. And please subscribe. I'll see you soon.